Sharp app 2024 March Madness betting challenge continues. We're looking at round 3. But first, we got to take a look back at round 1 and 2 and see what happened. And they are in the books, and it went pretty well for us. And for any of you guys who caught this video and decided to join along, now remember, the whole idea of this exercise is we're just going to bet March Madness based on the Sharp app Fight On model for college basketball. And we've been sticking to the model pretty tight with these plays. It worked out pretty well in round 1. Round 2, a little bit sketchier. So let's go through the results. And then we'll move on to round 3, where there are some screaming plays in round 3 that we're going to get on. We're going to play some money lines. We're going to play some against the spread plays. But starting off, we started off hot in round 1, going 13-3. And actually, the one of the 3 losses was actually, Nevada was a heartbreaker, of course. But one of the 3 losses was New Mexico, where we kind of did a gut play there. I kind of actually went against the model in that one. So 13-3, a little bit rough. We'll actually call it, it could have been 14-2, but we'll call it 13-3 in round 1. And then, we're up pretty nicely at the end of round 1 with these sort of $50 and $75 unit size. We're up $425, which is really, really great. Some of you guys sent me screenshots of round robins that you did, up $3-4 grand. Amazing, right? Great stuff. And I'm happy that you tailed along. Now, round 2 did not go nearly as well. We had some hiccups in terms of the model adjusting and some changes that happened. I had to cross out some plays. I actually left them in there for full disclosure, but actually one of the backed out plays was Clemson, and that won, and the other one was Oregon, and that lost. So it was kind of a wash anyway, but I left them in there because I had put them out and I'd actually made the bets before the model changed. But in round 2, let's take a look here. So we went 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. So we went 6-5, negative in round 2. That's okay, because for the tournament, we're now 17-10. Really amazing, since these are against the spread bets. We're up $320. Again, betting the model, and I've got some model plays for this weekend, round 3 as well, that we're putting in. We've got 3 different bets here that we're putting in. So I'm going to get into why we're going to bet those in a second. Let me jump over to the current caps on the model, and this is the latest, so to speak, and I don't think these will change. So Arizona -6, UConn, these are the favorites. Arizona, UConn, Iowa State -1.5, North Carolina. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 8 games, the Elite 8 coming up, right? So let's take a look at the games themselves, and we're going to talk about some of the plays here, starting at the top. So let's get into it here. We've got Clemson at Arizona, -7. Again, looking at the model, Arizona -6. So technically, there's a 1-point value on Clemson there. There's a 1-point difference, but it's not enough for me to pull the trigger here. So I'm going to call that one a no bet. But if we wanted to go a direction in this one, it would be Arizona -6. I want a little bit more than a point in order to make a play. Similar with San Diego State, UConn. We've got UConn capped here at -10. The DraftKings has it at -11. That's not really probably enough margin for me to jump onto San Diego State here. So I'm just going to no bet that one, right? I want a little bit more. I want 1.5, 2 points of margin in order to justify a play. I believe our first play here is going to be Alabama versus North Carolina. And this one's really interesting. The Sharp model likes North Carolina -1.5, right? The odds makers have it at -4, meaning that Alabama, the model believes should be +1.5, but instead we're getting 4. So this is a big play, strong bet, and we've got Alabama here as a strong play, not just getting the 4 points, but I've also put an Alabama money line play as well. That difference is just interesting to me. So I figure let's go for a little extra juice in round 3 here by putting a money line play here on Alabama, who, for whatever reason, the model really does not like as much as the odds makers do. So not here to question it, just here to follow it. Illinois, Iowa State. Iowa State's installed as a -2 favorite. The fight on model really does not disagree. They have it at -1.5. Again, not enough variance there. It would normally be we'd be looking at Illinois as having like half a point of value against the spread, but that's not enough for me to pull the trigger. So again, that's a no bet for me. Gonzaga, Purdue. Purdue -5.5. Again, looking at the model, I believe it has Purdue set for -6. So again, not really a bettable spot here. It's amazing how close the model is to the actual caps a lot of the time, by the way. That just kind of tells you that you're on point with your model. So if you're building a model, you shouldn't be too far off from the actual handicap most of the time. If you are, your model's probably heavily flawed. So keep that in mind. I love the idea of people building their own models as well. I always think that's a good idea. All right, North Carolina versus Marquette. Marquette -6.5 on the model. Marquette -6.5 on the sports book. We skip it. Not interested. Here we go. The next kind of big bet, I would say, Duke, Houston. And this one, I'm excited to make this play here. The model loves Houston at -7.5. On the sports book, Houston set at -4. It's 3.5 points of value. I love it. So we're taking a big position on Houston. $125 play. Might even expand that, make it a little more. I might double that because I really like that 3.5 point margin. And I like I like betting the favorite, especially when I'm only paying -4 and the model thinks it should be -7.5. So that one is a great play. I'm actually going to probably adjust the dollar amount higher on this one. And as you noticed, like as the tournament has gone on, we've raised our bankroll up. Now we're at 320 from 0, right? So, but effectively, we've got some wins in there. There are fewer games as it gets later into the tournament, so I don't mind raising up the stakes just a little bit as the tournament rolls on. I think we have one more to get to here, unless we've done that one. Did we do Alabama? Yeah, Alabama was the last one. So Creighton, Tennessee, just to go over this particular game. Yeah, we have a play on Creighton. So Creighton, according to the model, Tennessee should be -1, or this should probably be closer to a pick'em, according to this model. Again, I'm a little surprised by that, personally. It's surprising, but it is what it is. On the sports book, they've got Creighton +3. Again, model says should be +1, so we're getting 2 points of value there. And I did put in bets on Creighton +3, and then a small play, a $50 play on Creighton money line. So, just take a shot in case we can get that money line play going. I'm actually going to raise up the Houston play a little bit here. I want to go up. I want to go to 150 on that one. Go full unit size. So we're gonna raise that one up a little bit as well. And you can see here we've risked effectively $150 on all of these, but spread it out a little bit differently. So that's it. Round 3. Here we go. We're sitting at 17-10. We've got effectively 3 plays on for round 3. That strong first round is really going to keep us going here throughout this tournament. So hopefully you've been tailing along, and hopefully you're getting a sense of why it's really important anytime you're betting to try to pull your emotion out of the bets. Stick to a unit size that's consistent. That's the most important thing. And use a model or use some metric to inform your decisions. So let's see how it goes. The experiment wears on. Let's hope we don't crash and burn. Good luck this weekend, everyone. I will see you guys probably before round 4.